What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of TCW Thursday Night Outbreak. Bunch of stuff going on here tonight. When we come through here and we look at some of the cards, like, of course, championship belts are going to be on the line. But Paul the Thing getting another shot at the world title. Crimson defending her title. Monica Monroe getting a shot at the Intercontinental title. JP and Rowdy. We'll talk about how this match gets set up later. Bobby O making his return from injury, now facing off against JW Caliber. It's been a long time since we've seen him. The Horsemen in a crazy move, knowing that the corporate syndicate could not be here, puts Eagle Star up to go against Sam Hacksaw, trying to get that Intercontinental title belt. So lots of stuff on the line here tonight. Lots of title belts, both the tag team, both the Intercontinental, and both the world title belts on the line. And it is going to start right off the bat with that world title shot. Now, we already know that we've seen the referees. We saw them make their debut on the Meltdown brand, now showing up here on the Outbreak brand as well.
The following is a special referee match and is for the Women's World Championship.
What's going on, JW Caliber? Welcome to the show. Logan Windsor, what is happening, my man? Welcome to the show, and I swear, prime time. Sean Sanders, what is happening, brother? Welcome to the show. So we saw back in a little sneak peek, a little behind the curtain, saw that there are some wrestlers, TJ being one of them, getting her shot here tonight. But brand new update. Lots of updated stuff. Bobby O just had an updated moveset as well. So that'll be interesting to see what goes on with him here tonight also. Maybe I'll have to look at it. It's hard to remember who all has what. But if you know, only one person gets the finishing move. Only one person gets entrances. So yeah, we'll check and see if it's available. If it is, we can get that changed up. And look at this, the brand new Crimson, the brand new entrance attire for Crimson as she makes her way down to the ring, winning the World Championship here on the very first time we split the brands on that Thursday Night Outbreak, winning the world's title. Can she defend it, though, here tonight? What is happening? Iffy, welcome to the stream. Oh, Lady Vet Night. Watch out, dads. Put your sons away. The Lady Vets are on the prowl. That makes sense. Look at that. Not even taking Anita T's name off of the belt. Still keeping her name on there is Crimson.
Introducing the challenger from Orangeburg, South Carolina, the Tornado T. Jones. And her opponent from your darkest fears, the Women's World Champion, the Monster Crimson.
And look at Crimson. Crimson's not going to raise the belt. She's not going to do nothing. She just kind of moves her head a little bit, and she's like, hey, this is how I'm rolling. So here we go. Obviously, anytime you are in the ring with Crimson, you are at a distinct disadvantage. I don't even care. Even the difference between her and the second largest wrestler is quite formidable. Now, we notice when we use our own and we have our own referees, and you'll see their attire changes quite a bit. Brand new attire right there, even for the guest referees. But the guest referee somehow finds a way to be in a better position than the normal referee. So, just saying, not a bad deal when we got that. Now, we thought this was going to be a huge year for the likes of a Digital Dogs, of a Crimson, the two larger wrestlers. Really thought that in the past they would have been dominating. Absolutely dominating, and they haven't been. But this year, due to some changes in the way the game goes, they have been dominating. We have seen Crimson reclaim a world title belt, and we saw Digital Dogs win it for the first time. Now, TJ has got to find a way to get in control of this match. Cannot. She, just like that, she's got to be juke, dip, dodge, diving, and ducking. Staying out of the way and then controlling the pacing of the match. She's got to keep doing this. She has got to keep using her speed against Crimson, because when Crimson gets a hold of you, she can end your night quick. TJ lately has been deploying a brand new finishing move. Now, she's got one of the most deadly finishing moves in the Golden Sledgehammer, but recently coming up with another finishing move, and she has been using it a lot more and with a lot of success. But you're starting to see right here, Crimson really starting to break down. TJ trying to get her to submit to the Vulcan Death Grip. Do you guys know in the chat who is the only person in the history of the TCW to submit to that lame move? There's one wrestler still wrestling today who is submitted to that weak, ridiculous move. Can you name who it is? Can you tell Frankie Two Fingers who the wrestler is? Guess in the chat, I'll tell you when you're right. Oh, look at that. It looked like T. Jones might have been going down a bad road. But now grabbing, hooking the leg. One. And of course, only one. Swing and a miss, but did not miss with that second pitch. Nope, Rex isn't in this. Isn't in the TCW. It is a TCW wrestler. And very wisely, I think TJ waiting on the inside. Oh, gets her up. Oh, and you could see the impact right with the top of the cranium there. 1, 2. And I thought we almost had a brand new champion. Oh, it looked like she was going for a finisher. Instead, Crimson, what goes up? Comes right back down, hooks the leg, and she may have just defended her title belt. And somehow T. Jones finds a way to kick out of it, but You saw the reversal, TJ going for her finisher, but then Crimson reversing it around, putting her in that choke slam, almost ending T. Jones's night right there. Huge boot. TJ reeling from that big boot. But TJ refusing to join one other wrestler to ever tap out to that move. TJ now trying to come back. Crimson trying to turn it around, but T. Jones gets her now knocked into the corner. Oh, what is this? Picks her up now. A little display of power. One backbreaker. Two backbreakers. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And now a 2 count on Crimson. Crimson starting to see a little chink in the armor right there. TJ trying to give her everything that she can give her, trying to end this match. Oh, is she going to do it? Is she going for the golden sledgehammer? No. Huge crossbody, hooks the leg. Is this going to be it? 1, 2, 3. And for the first time in her TCW career, T. Jones wins the World's Women Championship. I'm telling you, you would have believed that in 7 seasons, somewhere in those 7 seasons, TJ would have won a world title. Never won a world title. That is why she gets her shot here tonight and takes down the beast among women. Takes down Crimson, and you can see right there, right here, we thought that this was going to end it. Ends up surviving a choke slam to bring home the Women's Outbreak Championship. And it's not that T. Jones didn't have her shot at these titles. She has had shots at the title before, just couldn't come up. Really kind of made her waves in the United States title division, but winning that world title here tonight. And I'm telling you, if I was a bet man, Frankie Two Fingers would have had his money on Crimson. Crimson, though, taking the L.
And new Women's World Champion, the Tornado, T. Jones.
I'll tell you what, though, you look at the body of T. Jones, you see the bruising, obviously bleeding. You can tell she has been in a fight with the largest woman in wrestling. Now Monica Monroe getting a shot at the Women's Intercontinental Champion Phoenix. Monica Monroe really kind of making her name in that hardcore division. Now trying to step out and win a title that would put her on a path to get a shot at the world title. Can she take advantage of that here tonight?
The following is a special referee match and is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
So we have seen Monica, and who is the current Outlaw Champion, TCW Special Series Outlaw title holder, which is the hardest title to win. So you see Monica where she really has made a name for herself in more of those, the knockout division, the hardcore division, the outlaw, some of these special titles, but can she take that next step here in the TCW in her development and start moving and making her way towards a world title shot? Monica, too, getting caught up. Obviously has a lot of tattoos, but getting caught up in the old tattoo gate thanks to 2K. And Monica's got that stomp finishing move that is absolutely devastating. But the crazy part about it, she can hit you in about 4 or 5 different ways with that move. So it's hard to tell where that move is going to come from. It's hard to tell when it's going to happen. She can take it off the second turnbuckle. She can take it off the top turnbuckle. She can take you off the ropes. Or she can do it standing right in the center of the ring. So hard to prepare for her finisher. So when you're doing the film study, you're doing the tape, and you're trying to make sure that you're staying away from that move, very difficult to do. She doesn't exactly telegraph that move. But this is another interesting one, too. We just saw T. Jones capture her very first world title. And with as iconic a member of the TCW, you would have thought that Phoenix has won multiple world titles. She actually also has never won the world championship, never able to capture the world title. I want to see people guess. The only guess, what's going on, Wally? Welcome to the stream. The only guess so far is somebody who's not even in the TCW. Give me a guess of a member in TCW. I'll tell you who did it. Digital Dogs used the Vulcan nerve pinch on a wrestler, and that wrestler tapped out. Only time it's ever happened. Nice. Yeah, I would imagine. Hey, it might be better weather than Boston, though. You never know. Kind of depends where out west you're going, though.
Introducing the challenger from Berlin, Germany, the Pro Wrestling Women's Extreme Fighting Champion, and her opponent from the fifth dimension, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Indestructible Fenwick.
I'll give you another clue. It's a male wrestler, obviously. I mean, I told you Digital Dogs submitted somebody to that move. Who do you think it is? He currently wrestles today. Like, it's not somebody that, oh, I've never heard of that guy. Every one of you has heard of that guy. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at this. Now, you can see that. Oh, Texas would be nice. Next week, I'll be in the Grand Cayman Islands. Okay, it's not Frost Freeman. It was Totes McGoats. Totes McGoats tapped out to that stupid nerve pinch. And then I outlawed it from ever happening again because it was crazy. Look at the state of this. Both of these women, and this is another thing that both of these women in the ring right now very well known for. Their sneakiness. Both women will hit you with moves that you're like, and then you're like, where did it even come from? Now, not a lot of size difference between these women. A little bit of height difference, but both Probably right in the same weight class right there. Probably about the same speed. Probably about the same everything, the same toughness, the same whatever. We have seen Phoenix rise from the ashes more than a time or two. We have seen Monica, and look at that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Flying headbutt. Oh, that's pretty cool. Jordan Grace, like, I would like, she'd be a cool one to meet. You look at where, and it's every wrestler, don't get me wrong, but you look at like where she started, even physique-wise, and then it's kind of, she reminds me a lot of Gunther, right? Gunther. Where they change their physiques and all of a sudden it turns into a new thing for both of them. Now, there's only 10 counts that can happen. Might not be the best thing because the belt, even though you could win the match. And look at this little sneakity-deekity. One. Now, I don't think that Monica was expecting Phoenix to recover so quick, but whatever she was expecting or not, ready or not, here she comes. She has got things turned right back around. And that is what I'm talking about. We could have a brand new Intercontinental Champion. 1, 2. And Phoenix able to kick out in 2. But yeah, we just got back from Texas a few weeks ago. We were down at Port Aransas for a couple weeks down there on the beach. That was pretty cool. Lived 18 years in Texas. Oh, I thought she was going for it, but Monica able to turn the tides back around again. Phoenix now fighting back through it, and both these women, I think they realize that the end is nigh, you know what I mean? Like, whoever can probably get in like the next really big move might have the advantage, might be able to take it to the house. And a huge move right there. Probably won't be enough, but hooks the leg. 1, 2. But it's enough to get her from a 1 to a 2 count. And look, again, we talk about the sneakiness of both these wrestlers. And Phoenix now able to kick out in 2. Now tried it. Phoenix fought through it though, never seen that reversal. But Monica able to duck it, whips her into the ropes. Oh, I was going to say rot row for your skedios. Rot row raggy, right? And Phoenix turning it around again. Is Phoenix going to get in her move? And again, thought she was going for the sneaky pin, but the boot right to the face. 2. And it ain't going to take long. What is going on, Rowdy? Welcome to the show, brother. Well, you got here just in time. Look at the state of that kick, and I think that caught Phoenix off guard. Tried to roll out, but instead using the ropes to get back to her feet might not have been the best call. Maybe she should have gone out, but she is stuck in this like reverse twisting arm bar. And here we go. Rise of the Ashes. Phoenix hits Monica with her finisher. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Phoenix will retain the Intercontinental Women's title. I'm going to tell you what, though, right away it started looking like Monica had the advantage. Like, things were going to go a certain way. Monica really dominating the early goings of the match. And I'd say even in the middle, you have a little bit of back and forth, but I don't think at any time Monica really wasn't controlling the match overall. But Phoenix able to get in those moves, able to do some stuff, and those moves strong enough to go and end the match. We've been going through and fixing the shiny hair, so
Here is your winner, and still Women's Intercontinental Champion, Indestructible Fenwick.
but Phoenix able to come away with a big win, and you can see absolutely took its toll. Monica not an easy person to beat. What is going on? Scorpion, welcome to the show. But huge win right there for Phoenix. Unbelievable. Now, looking at this, we have seen Rowdy Hunt, the leader of the Horsemen, and JP, the leader of the Corporate Syndicate. Now, really, the Corporate Syndicate belongs on this show. But we have seen here tonight, and maybe this was one of the concessions that was made. We shouldn't be seeing 3/4 of the Corporate Syndicate on this show until they lose the title belts that they hold for Monday Meltdown. But look at this! And you can tell JP is not happy with being told he's got to wrestle 2 times a week. Having to defend the United States title belt and then having to show up and wrestle here on Outbreak. But I'm telling you, we have seen the Horsemen. They pulled some strings to get Eagle Star that title shot, and maybe this was the string that they had to pull, that this was also something that was going to be agreed to. And JP right now taking advantage of Rowdy. When are these two going to finally stop fighting each other? That is the question. When is it going to be enough? When is one of them going to decide? We have seen Rowdy win matches. We have seen JP win matches. But these two guys absolutely not having it. Hey, appreciate that, Scorpion. Now, you can watch JP do 10 moves to Rowdy, but Rowdy gets in one of his moves, like, kind of equaled up. So, definitely something. But, again, JP knows this. These two guys both know this. Oh, tried to get him off his feet, hit him with that knee. It didn't work, so JP going right to the eyeballs and right to the old peaches. Anybody want a peach pie? JP's picking them, you know what I mean? Rowdy now getting right back after him. He's like, hey, you want to use that hand to hit, to go peach picking? I'm going to stomp on it. And now you can see Rowdy talking that business. JP gets back to his feet. And a huge slam right there. Can he get in another one? JP is like, whoa! Slow it down. And Rowdy is not slowing down the pace. He's picking up the pecani sauce. He is picking up the pace. And you can tell after their last match, and after what just happened in the ring, Rowdy is some kind of pissed off. Normally, JP is the one that will be using the entire arena, the entire ring against you, but Rowdy's starting to use it right now. And look, JP saying, hey. And JP isn't the guy who wants to just beat you. He's the guy that wants to embarrass you. Perfect successor to lead the corporate syndicate. And right here, trying to finish it. Hooking Rowdy in. Is Rowdy gonna tap out? Eagle Star showing up just in time too. Eagle Star has a title match tonight, and oh, we have seen that end people's night. And then you take those two back to back, and now Rowdy trying to put on the redemption right here. Can he do it? And he does. Wisely pulling JP out away from those ropes, knowing that JP can act like AT&T, reach out and touch someone, putting him in another submission hold. And look, it's like Rowdy could have gone for the pin there, probably should have gone for the pin there, but we talked about JP wanting to embarrass somebody. Rowdy trying to embarrass somebody right there and knocks JP out. JP was not going to tap. You could tell that early on. Most people right there would have tapped out, but instead wouldn't tap out. Rowdy kind of knew that, kind of realized that's what was going to happen, and ends up knocking JP out to get the victory. And now, a guy who came in, started doing very well, won his first couple of matches, then suffered a massive injury to his knee. One of the first, if not the first, to graduate from Dragunov School of Wrestling, making his re-debut here tonight. Brand new look, brand new everything. Can J.W. Caliber make it a not-so-good return for the ring for Bobby O? Bobby O, one of the few giants that we have in our universe.
And the participants, first from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 356 pounds, the All-American Bobby O.
Guys, while we got time, make sure you drop a like on the video, you subscribe if you're new, you turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. Share the video right now. Go out to all the Discords, not mine. Go out to all the Discords, share the video, and everybody else's Discord. I'll save that for you guys. I should probably have shared it in our own Discord, right? Toad's not the wisest guy all the time, you know. What's up, Swise guy? Let me go ahead and do that. Win in Rome. Shoot the Romans.
And his opponent from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, weighing in at 235 pounds, J.W.
Look at this. We even freshened up the look of the cowboy outlaw himself, J.W. Caliber, making his way down to the ring. And we've only seen J-Dubs in a couple of matches, so it'll also be interesting. How is he going to hold up to Bobby O? You got to think. You gotta think that if you can win a match like this here tonight against a guy that is this big, that you gotta get some title shots in your future. Like, what is it gonna be? Would it be Would it be maybe a hardcore title? Maybe would it be something else? Like, don't know, but you gotta believe it would be something. You know what I mean? 1. And you can see that knee brace on Bobby O's leg right there. Knee on that left knee. It's wrapped up. It's got that big brace on it. Will JW kind of focus in on that leg, try to wear him down using that leg? Because, I mean, look, you're only as good as your platform is. You're only as good as the base you're standing on. So, I mean, I'm probably, you know, if Frankie Two Fingers was in the ring, I am probably going after that knee. I'm probably wearing down that knee. You saw what happened when he hit him. Look at that, hooking the other leg. 1, 2. And already a 2 count. JW Caliber, like if you wondered how hard he hit, you're seeing it right now. JW's even like, hey, let's hold up here real quick, guy. And the big guy trying to put his power on display as well. Now you wonder, when he left, not really having face paint like this, but now having that skull face paint, is it kind of like the Karate Kid? Like he graduates from Dragunov's dojo. Is it like the Karate Kid? Strike first, strike hard, no mercy, sir. Is it like when those kids went out wearing the skeletons? Is that maybe what he's trying to bring back? Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg. Now, JW's doing a really good job of staying in control of the match. Not like he's taking a couple big shots, but not taking too many shots. Now, with no title belts being on the line, you could absolutely win this match on the outside. 2 Trailer Park Boys went round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. What? Yeah, guess who's back? Both of them. That's what you should be guessing, both of them. JW Caliber back in action. Now we know he's on the Outbreak brand. Bobby O back. And look, I thought he'd be going for the hurt leg. Maybe it's even smarter to go for the other leg. But Bobby O probably figuring out right now he is at the disadvantage in this match, but he doesn't care. Still takes him, rolls him inside the ring. Huge clothesline. And somehow sidesteps and now setting up for it. Brand new finishing move. Can he get it in? No, sir. JW Caliber says not today. Hooks it. 1. And Bobby O was trying to get to his feet. JW not letting him do it. Oh, splits him open right through the face paint. And what is he doing now? Oh, pulling out the old 6-shooters. Hooks it. 1, 2. And I thought there was going to be a 3 count right there. Somehow found a way to kick out, though. Listen to the crowd. Crowd wanting them to fight forever. Quite a match going on. Trying it again. 2, 3, and JW ruining the return of Bobby O. Now, he put out that he was going to be on a tear, and I'm telling you, we talked about this at the top of this match. If you can beat a guy that's this size, what would that mean? what would that mean for you? Look at this, showing him the old 6-shooter. Shooter. And then going on to win. JW Caliber making a statement here tonight saying he doesn't care if it's the return of Bobby O. He is going to put shoulders to mat and take care of it. Yeet, yeet, indeed. Yeah, for sure. Maybe you put you'll have to put the link somewhere. I'd put it in like like where people share their streams or whatever. Put the links in there so I can find them. But huge win right there for JW Caliber. I mean, literally. We say huge win or big win or whatever. That's literally a big win right there. I can't do that. We've already got people that have the Kevin Nash motion. So usually the victory motion is going to be your entrance motion. That's typically what it is. That way it stays in line with the characters. Now, TCW Intercontinental Championship. We talked about this because JW and Vipiro and Zach Hamilton
is scheduled for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Junior Championship.
But because the corporate syndicate right now, 3 of the members hold Meltdown titles, they're not really showing up. They really can't show up here except for in the case where something got worked out, where Rowdy can fight JP because they got a thing going on. But you can tell tonight JP pretty pissed off about that. But right now, Eagle Star getting a shot, and you can see that these guys are the Universal Tag Team Champions. But Eagle Star getting a shot here tonight at the Intercontinental title belt. Now, Rowdy probably would have been the one getting the shot, but him and JP going back and forth. You can't even keep those two out of the ring, even despite the rules that both commissioners have laid out, until they lose those United States championships. Both the United States title and the United States Tag Team titles are not allowed back on this brand. And that puts Sam Hacksaw kind of on an island by himself. Now, that hasn't stopped Sam Hacksaw, but you see the Horsemen tonight coming out in force. What is going on, Witcher sister? Welcome to the stream. Sam, though, says he ain't scared. You know what I mean? He ain't scared. He's coming out. No problem. If he's got to take on all the Horsemen, he'll show you why. He is a 2-time Intercontinental Champion and looking to defend it here again tonight. And you can see when Sam first joined in, he had face paint, he had this, he had all kinds of stuff going on, really trying to find himself, and now kind of stripping all that back and just letting it fly. Has been an amazing Intercontinental title holder. Definitely earning himself a shot at the world title. So, will it be Drew Hawthorne that still holds on to that world title? I don't know. Drew Hawthorne right now also in a very unique situation like the corporate syndicate. Nobody able to take the Outbreak title off of him. Nobody able to take the Meltdown title. Drew, a member of the Meltdown brand, but will have to defend it just like JP and the boys have to defend it on Meltdown every single Meltdown show until they lose. Drew Hawthorne has to defend that world title here on Outbreak until he loses.
Introducing the challenger from Birmingham, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, one half of the Universal World opponent, from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Intercontinental Junior Champion, Sam Hacksaw.
So now watch the difference between our referees when we're doing the special guest referee match and then what happens with the normal referees. So you know they can program them better to stay out of the way of the camera shots, but watch what happens. Now the big question here tonight, you see both these guys about the same size. Hacksaw maybe a little bit taller, Eagle Star maybe a little bit more muscle, but about the same size. But will the Horsemen get involved here tonight? Will the Horsemen help Eagle strip Sam Hacksaw of this title belt or not? And look, it's been a minute since we've seen Eagle Star wrestle, right? In a singles match. Him and Bama have been going after it in the tag team division, but Eagle, former world champion, getting a shot here at the Intercontinental tonight, trying to increase the power of the Horsemen. And it's hard to call them the Four Horsemen anymore because there's only three of them. They dropped the four, so there could be four, there could be three, there could be five. We just don't know. We're going to have to keep an eye on that and see what happens. But Eagle Star right now showing not just that he's a powerful wrestler, but he also has that technical skill. Sam showing that he also has the technical skill, really using that leverage and ripping on the neck of Eagle Star. Eagle gets out, and look, I was going to say veteran move, but then Eagle falls right into Sam's trick right there. But Eagle able to get it turned back around, and we've got to say it, the champion has the champion's advantage. The belt will not change hands on a countout. You can win the match, but it's not going to change hands. That's called winning the battle to lose the war. And both guys, like, I don't think anybody has clearly been in charge of the match. I think maybe Eagle's got a slight advantage in that department, but I don't think either guy really absolutely dominating the match as of yet. But Eagle Star trying to do just that. Sam has got to get it turned back around, though, if he wants to retain this title. And we have seen Sam. Sam is one of the guys that really can hit you with his finisher and you won't even know what's happening. You think it's just going to be another move. You just think it's another day. You're ordering a hamburger and fries. It's like the hamburger and fries of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? You don't even think about it. You're just like, hey, what do you want to eat? Oh, hamburger and fries. You're not even thinking about it. And it's the same thing with Hacksaw. He will hamburger and fry you, and then next thing you know, you just got a milkshake. You didn't even know what was going to happen, and then the milkshake comes out. And oops a daisy, ice cream headache, you lost the match. You can definitely see Eagle is a horseman. Oh, can't knock him off his feet, though. And finally gets him right there. And it looked like for a second, Eagle a little dazed, but now starting to recover and turn it back around. Hacksaw knows what that means. That move right there typically means that Eagle is getting ready to try to collect that bounty. Hacksaw, knowing it, crawls over to the corner. Eagle now maybe doing a little check on the pinning situation. And already at a 2 count. Now look at the power of Eagle. You can look at the body of Sam Hacksaw and see all the bruising. Can Sam turn this around right now? Is Eagle going to make a mistake, or will he collect the bounty right now? Picks him up and back down. That might be it. Rolls the leg. 1, 2, 3. And there is a reason why they are called the Horsemen. With Rowdy now back at the reins, the Horsemen starting to do Horseman things again. And I think for a little while, with Eagle and Bama not really sure the direction things were going, kind of sat back a little bit, wanted to see what was going to happen. Wanted to see how things were going to play out. When Rowdy came back, Rowdy's like, no, we are full steam ahead, conducting Horseman business. And Horseman business is exactly what they have been doing.
Here is your winner, and new Intercontinental Junior Champion, the Eagle Starman.
Eagle Star getting a big win here tonight, getting a pin over Sam Hacksaw, who has absolutely been dominating that Intercontinental division. And now look, you got the Horsemen holding 2 different belts. They're holding those Universal, the top tag team belts in the land, and now looking like Eagle Star getting ready to make another run again at the world title. Now, we have seen Rowdy, we have seen Eagle Star and Bama, Blaze McCoy, Sentinel, and Sean Sanders getting ready to step in the ring. When you look at the state of this match, Sean Sanders has an opportunity to really start standing out.
The following contest is a fatal 4-way Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring, representing the Assassins from the bottomless pit, weighing in at 244 pounds, Prime Time Sean Sanders.
Now it says we have seen the problems the Assassins have been having as a tag team. Says he's still representing the Assassins, but I think he's really going to try to step out on his own right here.
First, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 297 pounds, Blaze McCoy.
You know, it's funny. I had this entrance with the pyro dialed in perfectly. With not the last update, but the update before last, it jacked up the pyro timing. I've never heard anybody talk about it, but because ours is so precise, you can't make it precise anymore like that. It's very strange. It's like when you put the pyro in now, it'll start at the beginning, like the time it takes in the beginning for it to happen in the different segments, but it'll go all the way back to the beginning. So I hope they fix that again someday. I'm not going to complain. If that's the biggest problem I got, I can live with it.
And representing the new foundation from Chesapeake, Virginia, weighing in at 308 pounds, Sinister Trout.
Now, we've been talking about what the Horsemen have been doing tonight. We've been talking about how the corporate syndicate kind of getting caught a little bit off guard with people realizing the rules that are being put in front of them. But look at this. You have Sentinel multi-time world champion. His tag team partner tonight, Paul the Thing of the New Foundation, going to get a shot at Drew Hawthorne here tonight and that world title for an Outbreak. So Sentinel kind of in a big match here too. You know, we talked about what this could mean. Yeah, in this match there are no title belts that are on the line, but there's a lot on the line here tonight. What is going to be the pecking order? You got a multi-time world champion. You got Blaze wanting to make that world title run. You got Sean Sanders wanting to step up and step out. And then you've got Bama Boy, another two-time world champion, also going to be in this match. So a couple world champions and a couple guys wanting to be in that world title hunt, being able to do it.
Representing the Four Horsemen from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, one half of the Universal World Tag Team Champions, Palmer Boy!
But being able to stand out in a match like this would go a long way for earning that title shot, or a title shot, to start getting those title runs going. That's something else they fixed. If you do the right thing, they'll actually use the props now. They had stopped using the props, like if it was something you could take off and discard. So some cool things going on. There's some positives. It's not all going to be negatives. There are some positives out there. What is going on? Dubs, welcome to the show. Hey, but you made it before the end of the show, you know what I mean? So not a bad day. So here we go. Two former world champion, multi-time world champions, two guys that want to be in that talk. And look, Sean Sanders going after Sentinel. Blaze going after Bama. And you would think that at some point, you don't know if these guys talk, but Sean Sanders probably wanting it to be a little bit different. Maybe where Blaze and Sentinel, kind of the same size guys, hooked up. Sean Sanders and Bama, maybe, you know, more similar size guys hooked up. But it is what it is. You take what you can take, and you got to do what you got to do to get things going. Blaze taking it right to one of the horsemen. And this is another thing that you look at. There could be another one or two spots open on the horsemen. There might not be. But I think it would go a long way fighting against a horseman, doing well, showing well against a horseman. Like, Bama may go back if Blaze does well and say, hey, man, we got to look at Blaze maybe getting into the horseman. Or, hey, we got to look at Sean Sanders getting into the horseman. Or, hey, you know, we've seen Sentinel flirt with it a little bit here and there too. So there's always that. Sean Sanders, absolutely. You know, you wonder why they called that the Assassins. You wonder why they called their tag team the Assassins. And it is because of the precision of Sean Sanders. He does some things where you're like, what? And look at that. Absolutely taking advantage of what he has got to do. And the falls will count anywhere. But Sentinel kicks out in two. Look, Blaze talking that smack. And then realizes, I think, that Sean Sanders is there. Oh, look at Bama Boy. A little nonchalant hooking of the legs right there. Blaze not having it. But that's that thing with the horseman. Sean getting dumped right on that kendo stick. That's the thing about the horseman, though. You saw him do it right there. Bama Boys. And Sentinel and Bama trying to get it turned back around on Blaze and Sean Sanders. Those two really having a good run in this match. And that's going back to prove the point that maybe it is different kind of title shot time. You know, now we know the hardcore title is a universal title. The television title, a universal title. Our next show is going to be the June Rumble. I know we're behind, but it is going to be the June Rumble. Trying to catch back up. Got a little ways to go. Oh, Blaze starting to wonder what was happening. Bama said, let me show you what's happening, letting the feet go. And Bama is one of those wrestlers, not the largest wrestler, right, but still wrestles big, kind of like almost in that style of RVD. Going now, bringing out a sledgehammer and using that sledgehammer on Blaze. And I think if Blaze had seen that sledgehammer, that was really good timing on the part of Bama. I don't think he would have came out. I think he would have waited for him. Oh, Sentinel now setting up for it, getting ready to do his thing. Picks him up, and we have seen Sentinel win quite a few matches. Jumps through, rolls the leg. Referee not sure what her job is. 1, 2, 3. And Sentinel getting the pin on Sean Sanders. But look, Sean having a really good showing in this match, but then ultimately seeing why Sentinel has won the second most number of world titles in our universe. Like, you get pinned by Sentinel, like, that isn't a bad knock on you. Bama, though, saying, look, I want to be the next guy. And now Bama and Sentinel starting to hook it up. Blaze getting back to his feet while Bama, and look, not only gets back to his feet, but says, look, you're not the only one that can use your feet. And Blaze getting a big kick on Bama, now hooking the leg, 2. And getting that sledgehammer again. Bama hitting everybody with the sledgehammer. Bama now trying to wear down Sentinel with the sledgehammer. And Bama getting in control of this match. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And I think there was a shot. He could have got the pin on Sentinel, but he waited a little bit too long. Blaze setting up for a big sit-out powerbomb right there. And look, Blaze is like, oh, just got hit with the roll tide. That might be the end of the night for Blaze. Oh, somehow kicks out of it, but Blaze, you saw him grab that sledgehammer, go try to exact some revenge. And Bama's not having it. He was like, no, not today, sir. Not today. Oh, little sneakity-deekity move. Little trying to get him a Scooby snack right there, and a big boot. Sentinel now trying to get Bama not having it. Bama's like, look, I'm going to hit everybody with this sledgehammer some more. I almost think you can pin anybody right now. Like, anybody can get pinned at this point as many times they got hit with sledgehammers. Oh, a double rolling thunder. And still Sentinel finds a way to kick out. And another roll tide, and that has got to be the end of the night for Blaze. 1, 2, and still somehow Blaze kicks out. So I think a few things, like Sean Sanders, oh, and that is a third finishing move right there. Sentinel now putting his moves on him. 1, 2, 3. But I think Blaze proving a point tonight, earning a title shot as well. took 3 finishing moves. 3 finishing moves in very short succession of each other to get Blaze pinned and out of this match. Sentinel now going crazy, and so far Sentinel has got both pins. Can he make it number 3 right now? Picks him up and right back down. 1, 2, 3, and Sentinel comes out with a clean sweep, showing you why he is the 4-time world champion. Now we are getting ready to move in to a key spot where nothing but titles on the line. The Intercontinental Men's and Women's Tag titles will be on the line as well.
Here's your winner, Sinister Trout.
As well as the Outlaw World Championship. But you look at the performances, there's probably some TV titles in the future, some hardcore titles in the future, maybe an Intercontinental title in the future. But for Sentinel, maybe a world title is in his future. Just win against a very, very tough set of competitors and came out pinning all 3 of them. Can't beat that with the stick. Although you could try. You could always try to beat it with the stick. Now, the TCW Intercontinental Tag Team title belts on the line. Herbie and Grady trying to defend them against the Wolfpack. Now, we've seen the Horsemen starting to step up. We've seen the Horsemen starting to collect them title belts. The Wolfpack needing to do the same, getting these Intercontinental title belts, and Jakai maybe getting something in the singles thing going. Start building the power of the Wolfpack. Is the Wolfpack going to be the group on Outbreak to take down
The following contest
the Horsemen?
is a tag team match set for.
So we were seeing a lot of success before the brand split from the Horsemen, but we saw Drew take advantage, do some sneaky moves, get that world title belt from Jakai. Which is kind of funny. It's the same move that Jakai put on Rowdy to get the title. So kind of turnabout is fair play type of business, but we saw that happen. We have seen success from Angel and Raymond James. Can they start getting those runs put back together as a group, as a faction, and start becoming one of those type groups that are dangerous to all of wrestling, that are at least dangerous on the Outbreak brand? Can we start seeing that, or will we not? Will they not come through with it? Will they not be able to do it? Little head games going on right now. We know Angel and Raymond Jones will be the ones fighting in this match. And here comes American Alpha 2 making their way down to the ring. Current Intercontinental Champions. Getting some big wins as a tag team. Will that be able to continue here tonight? And you can see these guys aren't the biggest guys. As far as tag teams go, we've got a lot of teams that aren't the biggest guys, but then you look back across the way, we know Angel is a former world champion. Raymond Jones, you just look at the physique, out of this world. But you look at the toughness of a Grady and a Herbie, I would still have to give them the advantage here in this match tonight.
Introducing the challengers. At a combined weight of 449 pounds, the Intercontinental Junior Tag Team Champions, Cowboy Herbert and Gray American Alpha.
I'm going to go in and take this junior thing off. These are not junior title belts. So which one is going to be starting it here tonight? We've seen him go a couple different ways with this. We've seen him do it a couple different times. What strategy have they put together to try to hold on to this? We see Angel coming back. Typically what we see out of the Wolfpack, Angel starting it off. It's like he's their leadoff hitter. Raymond Jones, the cleanup guy. But tonight, we will see Herbie starting it off in the ring, and probably the way I would do it too. Like if I saw Angel was going to be the one, and I was American Alpha too, I would want to probably send Herbie out first. They match up a little bit better. Grady going to have to be like that heavy hitter type guy and go up against Raymond Jones. Yeah, giving up the size, don't get me wrong, but still out of the two would have to be the one that's going to do it. What are we seeing here? Going up top, big avalanche, backbreaker. And Raymond rolling up the leg. Already a 2 count on Herbie, and I don't think Grady was quite expecting it. Herbie wisely, though, getting back up to his feet, using the speed, getting Grady tapped in. And this is probably like what I would want to do against Raymond Jones. If I was him, it would be a lot of quick tags, a lot of things where we're going in and out. We're getting in and out of this ring as fast as we can possibly do it. And a 2 count going back the other way. And again, this is exactly what I would do. I'd be trying, because we're giving up so much size to Raymond Jones, I would want to be getting as many double teams as I could get while the getting was good. Yeah, use the ring as leverage, as force. Couple moves, I would be getting Grady right back in the ring, though. I wouldn't take a whole bunch of time, wouldn't be wasting any time trying to get him back in. 2. And another 2 count. See, this time he gets it turned back around. He's like, no, chugga, chugga, choo, choo, coming down the tracks. And this is why. Now, probably took 2 moves too long to try to get him in. And now Herbie paying the price. And you can see it doesn't take long for Jones to be catching back up in the power department. Jakai kind of looking on, and flippity-doo on top of the noggin to you. And see, they're doing right now exactly what American Alpha should be doing. But look, emergency tag. Grady, though, kind of got turned around in all the excitement. And now both tag team champions laying face down on the mat. Grady now whipped back into the corner, and look, the Wolfpack doing the things that I thought the champions would be doing. Champions right now unable to get things turned around, but Grady, it looked like he avoided a couple things. And then again, all for naught. Always one of the more interesting things that I kind of look at when things are going on is how people do against world champions or former world champions. Oh, goes, hooks the leg. 1, 2. So, like, how do people wrestle when they're wrestling against Angel? And Ray not having any of it, but finally getting in to break it up. But everything Raymond Jones does, it's got a lot of power behind it, you know what I mean? And somehow Grady again able to get out from underneath Raymond Jones. But how many more times is he going to be able to do that? They've got to get it turned back around. But they're doing the things that we talked about, and this might be all over. But the pinning. Hooks it. 1, 2, 3, and the Wolfpack are your brand new TCW Intercontinental Tag Team Champions. Look, at the end of the day, and you can see it here on these replays, the exact strategy that we talked about the champions should be doing because of the size difference actually got flipped back around and done to them. Then because of all those double teams, and you can see the final one right here, don't turn your back on the Wolfpack. You might end up in a pinning bag, you know what I mean?
Here are your winners, and the new Intercontinental Junior Tag Team Champions, Angel and Raymond Jones, the Wolfpack.
So the Wolfpack seeing what the Horsemen are doing, step up to finally get something going themselves. And now, what is that going to mean for Jakai? What is that going to mean? Can Jakai now find a title and maybe strip that away? Maybe can he get after that Intercontinental title? Can he get after that World title and strip it away from somebody and start building up the Wolfpack's resume right now? That's really what things are looking for. Final 2 matches of the evening. Now the women's Intercontinental Tag Team title belts will be on the line. The Walker sisters going after the Hart sisters. Will the managers play any roles? Will they not play any roles? We haven't really seen management or anybody's managers here tonight step in and really make that big of a difference. Will that change in this match? So we can see our own referees going to be involved in this match. But here we go. 2 sets of sisters getting ready to fight it out for the women's Intercontinental Tag Team title belts. Yuri Walker gonna get a shot at the next Rumble at the Women's World title belt. So she will be getting a shot at T. Jones, since T. Jones tonight beat Crimson for the women's world title. Or maybe she takes a shot at Aussie. She could do that too. Who is the women's universal champion? If it was me, that's probably who I'm taking the shot at. Now, old Brother Love coming down with the Hart sisters. We saw quite a few weeks ago them starting to employ the management of Brother Love, trying to take that next step. And so far, it has been working. Brother Love, huge addition to the Hart Foundation. Really been helped out with Bobby Hart. Now really kind of taking the Hart sisters, Lexi and Tiffany Hart, under his wing. And you can see them becoming the Intercontinental Tag Team Champions. Can they retain those belts, though, here tonight?
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Women's Intercontinental Junior Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, Samantha Walker and Stephanie Walker, the family. And their opponents, the Women's Intercontinental Junior Tag Team Champions, Tiffany Hart and Lex E. Hart, the Hart Foundation.
So we have really seen Lexi Hart kind of stepping up. I mean, and I'm talking even to the point where maybe she's the one who starts stepping out into the singles matches. Tiffany's been having a good run, but Lexi really on another level. Will we see that here tonight? Now, when they won their last match, it was on the back of Tiffany Hart. But Lexi took quite the beating, took the brunt of most of the punishment, allowing Tiffany to come in and then clean house. And that's exactly what they did. We see them starting out different tonight, but will their strategy change tonight? Oh, that is a devastating move. Back-breaking elbow. But a quick recovery right there from Samantha Walker. And you can see the tags that are happening like that. They'll start happening early on in the match. You know, they're just trying to feel out what is going on with their opponents. But still very interesting to see it go on and see how everything starts to go down. Again, though, will Yuri Walker or will Brother Love play any kind of role in this match? I'll tell you, that's a little save right there, and the referee gets in the way of Samantha Walker, but Samantha ready for Tiffany. But allows, sweep the leg, Danielson. But allows Lexi to get her sister tagged in. Little sneaky pity maneuver right there. Rolls up, near side schoolboy. And going right after the back of the head. You know, you look at the Walker sisters, one of the few wrestlers that actually leave in their garb on top of their head. So then you got to wonder, is it real or is, how do they got it connected up there? You know what I mean? Because it ends up staying on throughout the entire match. Samantha getting over to the ropes, trying to pull herself up. And look, I was going to say, I don't think she knows where she's at, but she comes off, takes out the knee Brother Love. Tag made. And probably didn't realize that the tag was made. Saw Tiffany, probably looked at Tiffany. Lexi able, though, to sneak in that side window right there. Not quite like the Milkman, but sneak in that side window. And now going back after the person she probably believes is the legal person. Lexi, though, taking it to Stephanie. And now being delivered a present in the center of the ring. Sam Walker now getting whipped into the corner. And the double team move incoming. Picking her up. And what goes up gets slammed right back down. Hooks the leg. But referee, for the first time really in a long time, seeing the referee a little out of position right there. Now the champions doing a really good job getting those tags in and out, looking like the Walker sisters were going to be the ones doing it. And again, back to that neck breaker. Oh, went to try to stop her, but not in time. But Lexi able to stay in control of the match. Samantha rolling out of the ring. Referee staying right on top of the action. Yuri keeping an eye on what's going on. Probably relaying that to her sister right now, like, hey, this is what's happening in the ring. Allowing Samantha to get a little bit of a breather. She was in there for quite some time. What is going on? Matt Storm, welcome to the show. Another double team incoming. Big boot right to the ribs there, but now Stephanie's starting to turn it around. Huge clothesline. One. But only a one count. Stephanie trying to stay in control. And a quick step back crossbody for Tiffany to get back in. And look, we have seen this in the last match where the challengers were doing these quick tags in and out. And now we're starting to see the quick tags going down by the champions. So when the champions were standing back in the gorilla, little wrestling terms for you right there, but when they were standing back in the gorilla waiting to come back out, watching the monitors, they probably saw that and said, you know what, we got to make sure we're doing this. We got to make sure we're doing the thing. Now, Stephanie tries to get it turned back around. Lexi, though, able to get back up. And you look at the difference in size, you'd be like, okay, well, Tiffany Hart, she's the bigger of the two sisters, but really, the power wrestler is Lexi. The speed kind of aerial wrestler is Tiffany. So sometimes the looks can be deceiving. Walker sisters now getting in their own double team maneuver. And Samantha in control of this match. Guys, remember, while we got a second, last two matches of the evening, drop the likes on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the bell notification to miss any time we go live. Share the video. Very important to get the video shared out. If you're wondering how to become a member, a wrestler in the TCW, that is a perk of membership. All you got to do is become a member of the channel for very affordable ways to do that. Check out the membership. But step number one, you got to subscribe. You got to become an active part of the community. But the crazy thing is, you don't even have to ask me to be in the TCW when you become a member of the channel. That is a perk of membership. Referee saying on it, and oh, is she going to tap out? Sharpshooter applied. And you know, every one of, if Hart is in your last name, the sharpshooter is on your docket of things you can do. Yuri getting closer to the ring. You can tell Brother Love kind of talking through some things right now, shouting out some stuff. Sam Walker trying to turn it around. Will she take this opportunity while Tiffany is down to go get her sister tagged in? She will not. But now whips her into the corner. Gets her tagged in. Things are working out. Picks her. What is this? Oh, that is a devastating move right there. Referee in position 2. And Lexi Hart knocking the referee out. Referee face down on the mat. Huge kick right there from Stephanie Walker. Tiffany trying to get back to her feet. I don't even think she realizes she's on that second rope. Crossbody by Stephanie. And the referee really kind of blocking the pathway to get her tagged in. But up just in the nick of time. 1, 2. And we almost had brand new Women's Intercontinental Tag Team Champions right there. Say that 5 times fast. Whips Tiffany into the corner. Could this be the maneuver? Could this be the thing? They're doing it again. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And we have brand new TCW Women's Intercontinental Champions, and I'm telling you, it looked like the Hart sisters absolutely dominated the match for the longest time, and then right there at the end, the Walker sisters get it together, stay in control of the match, start getting in a lot of double teams, and they get in their double team finishing move twice. And that was all it took to bring home the Intercontinental Tag Team Championships.
Here are your winners, and the new Women's Intercontinental Junior Tag Team Champions, Samantha Walker and Stephanie Walker, the family.
So you start looking at it, you've got the Hart Foundation, right? 3 ladies. You got the Walker sisters, 3 ladies. So they're definitely trying to do what they can to be the dominant trio in the women's division on the Outbreak program. Now, here we are, final match of the evening, the main event. And again, until Drew Hawthorne, a member of the Meltdown brand, loses the TCW Outbreak Championship, he is going to have to wrestle every single night on Outbreak, defending their world title.
The following is a special referee match and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Paul the Thing in his brand new look, newly designed face paint, newly designed entrance attire, gonna make his way down to the ring. Now, Paul the Thing is a former world champion. Can he do what nobody has been able to do and beat Drew Hawthorne for a world title here tonight? Look at the state of this guy. Freaky! Absolutely freaky indeed. But making his way into the ring, getting all kinds of pumped up, getting all kinds of fired up. Will Paul become the 2-time world champion here tonight? Look at the state of this. Carrying both the Meltdown World Championship and the Outbreak World Championship. Can somebody on the Outbreak brand take this title away from him? Paul going to get a shot here tonight. But here's the thing. The Outbreak title holds the history of the TWC Junior World Championship until it was converted into the Outbreak World Championship. So the only person to ever hold this particular belt has been Drew Hawthorne. Will that change here tonight? Will Paul become really the second one to do it? Or will Drew Hawthorne once again prove perfect in world title matches? And we know Paul named the fourth member of War. On the next show, there's going to be some interesting debuts on the Rumble program, so stay tuned for that.
The challenger from parts unknown, weighing in at 303 pounds, Paul the Thug. And his opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 273 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion and the World Heavyweight Champion, gentlemen, Drew Harrington.
So world title on the line for the Outbreak brand here tonight. Will somebody finally beat Drew Hawthorne for that title belt? Or will they not? Standing now in the center of the ring, and this has got to make you wonder. You got both these guys, absolute power wrestlers, but you kind of got the professor, the gentleman, Drew Hawthorne, also very well skilled, very well versed in the technical side of wrestling. It's one of those things that you wouldn't see coming until you see it, and you're seeing it right now. And this is exactly the style of match Drew wants to get into, to this technical style of wrestling, especially against a power wrestler like this. Paul, though, having it turned around. Getting it turned around in the center of the ring. And look, these guys kind of going back and forth after the first one. Drew proved he had the power, now proving he's got the technical prowess as well. And finally, Paul able to get it turned back around. And then Paul showing you what he likes to do. Huge power slam. Now we have, and it's been rare, but we saw Logan Windsor, with no title belt on the line, absolutely take it to Drew in the power game. So is that the match right now Paul kind of studied? Is that the match he's trying to emulate? Because then Logan came back up against him with the title belt on the line, and Drew dominated. So hard to say, but in the film study, I probably would have watched those two matches, like what changed in the two matches. What did Logan do in the first match that worked really well versus what he did in the second match that didn't work so well? Now taking it to the outside, and again, we've got to mention it because a title belt is on the line, the champion's advantage. the title belt will not change hands on a countout. You can win the match, but the title belt will not change hands. And typically, neither one of these guys really strike me as the ones that want to win on the outside of the ring. So, kind of after the 3 count, you saw what happened. Both men right back in the ring. Paul now, instead of taking the long way home, gets it turned back around. Big power slam. Paul getting fired up. Looked like we were about to see the Swamp Thing come out. And again sends Drew out of the ring. Now, we saw Drew get back in very quickly the last time. Both men staring each other down. And look at that, kind of lulled Paul in. Now trying to do it again. Is he going to be able to do it? Takes him up, and that is a big smash right to the head off that top turnbuckle. That is a long way down and a lot of weight to be moving. But again, like the highs haven't been too high, the lows not too low. Both these guys going back and forth now, standing in the center of the ring. Mono y Swamp Thingo going back and forth, delivering the chops. Paul's like, yeah, I'm getting tired of the chops. Drew said, we'll do it again. Paul said, do it to me. And now both guys doing it to each other. Could this be the end? That is Paul's finisher. Is that going to be enough to win the Outbreak World Championship too? And it is not. That is not going to be enough, but you can tell, and maybe for the first time, a move really taking its toll on Drew Hawthorne. Now, the finisher plus that move back to back, that might be it. 3, and we have, for the first time, a brand new Outlaw World Champion, Paul the Thing. Absolutely crazy. We saw his finisher not be the thing that puts Drew away, but then having that next move back to back, having that be the thing that finally does it, that finally puts the nail in the coffin, where Drew loses the original TWC Junior World title that became the Thursday Night Outbreak World title.
Here is your winner and new World Heavyweight Champion, Paul the Thug.
Paul the Thing becoming yet another TCW multi-time world champion. And you kind of look at the color of it. I know it's not green, but it is blue. And then you think about it, almost matches up with Paul, like just the whole idea of it. But Paul returning back to World Championship form. So now you look at the new foundation, the tag team. You got Sentinel, 4-time world champion. You got Paul the Thing, 2-time world champion. That by itself, absolutely dangerous tag team. But guys, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Remember, drop the like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification if you want to support the channel through membership. We have 4 very affordable ways to do that. Very low monthly fees. You can do that. Become a member of the Discord. Become a member. Become a wrestler of TCW. But guys, look, when you're out there in the world and you're doing stuff, you're out there walking around and you kind of bump into somebody who's an absolute ass cracker. You got choices to make. You could respond the way they're responding to you. You could give them the power over you to do that, or you can make your own decision. You could be a leader in your community. You could step up and show them the way. There's a time and a place to punch somebody in the mouth. There's also a time and a place to lead by example and show them the way to treat others. You could do that. You could be the difference in their life to bring that back full circle. You get to make that call. You keep the power over your actions. Just saying. So guys, from everybody here at the Totes My Goats Wrestling Network to all of you out there, thank you for all your support. Thank you for everything that you do. Love putting on these shows for you, and we will catch all of you guys in the next one. Peace.